Oh shit, I don't have a plug. It's alright, we'll make it work. Tom.
He's got everything.
Yeah, let's have that.
All right. 20 years ago, I came to Florida for the first time. 20 years to the day. For the free trade area agreement protest in Miami. Yeah, I tried the sober thing. All night long I stayed sober, and then I played at the bowl. I guess it's not because I drank. It's this fucking built-in tuner. No, I stayed sober. I thought I would remember words, and I forgot all the words at the bowl, and broke 2 strings at the bowl, and then I forgot half the words at my Kai, and then I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna drink. See if that'll help. Alright. So anyway, 20 years ago today, I came to Florida for the first time, and got pepper sprayed in the face, and saw David Rovics at the bar in Miami. So I'm gonna play a David Rovics song real quick, hopefully I remember the words. Ford built tanks for Nazis, and those Nazis used those tanks to gun down lots of soldiers in the U.S. Army ranks. Henry Ford was a fascist, and a nasty one was he. He built tanks for anyone for the proper fee. Henry Ford said to his lackeys, now, isn't this great? We'll attack our enemies and we'll retaliate. Henry Ford was a fascist and a nasty liar too. A brown shirt with a swastika draped in red, white, and blue. Henry Ford spoke to his workers and he said, you dare not strike. You must be patriotic and take on my Third Reich. Henry Ford was a fascist and he had not a care about the dying soldiers that made him a billionaire. Ford built tanks for Nazis and he built many more to gun down lots of peasants in Peru and Salvador. Henry Ford was a fascist, I hear that when he died, the last words to leave his lips were our Christ marked right. Henry Ford was a fascist on whatever shore. Henry's only motto was make money and make war. Yeah, Henry Ford was a fascist, that's all I got to say. I'll spit on Henry's rotting grave until my dying day. Yeah, Henry Ford was a fascist, that's all I'm gonna say. I will spit on Henry's rotting grave until my dying day. Nobody told me about that when I was a kid. I ended up fucking buying a Ford back in the day. What the fuck, man? Alright. October 12th of 1493, San Salvador. That's when the first Europeans came ashore. And after that came more and more. Came in hordes. In Plymouth they were unprepared for the first winter storms. They would have perished had the local tribes not shared their corn. The parasitic pilgrims lived, a holiday was born. I'm thankful to the UC. Alright. Each island Columbus landed on, he plants a cross. Just a legal rationale to justify a Holocaust. Cortez brought a microscopic killer microbe called smallpox. The entire western hemisphere bleeds out, turns cold and rock. They fed some babies to some dogs. Bashed some brains out on some rocks. Burning steaks and butcher's blocks. Today encased in parking lots. The sound of trees crashing to the ground from the beginning. Newcomers to New England show their true colors quickly. Boatload after boatload after boatload, never ending after boatload. They kept coming and most of them were unfriendly. Met a combo, but no, I became cheap in 60-62. He prophesied his tracks to my which was ascending. And alliance in secrecy, I outgunned, outnumbered hopelessly, in the end beheaded, drawn and quartered for resisting. And for 20 years in Plymouth, his head was displayed publicly as a morbid warning sign to anyone avenging. His surviving family sold as slaves and sent to the West Indies. He was right by 1840. His crop had gone extinct. Foreign disease, war, and whiskey. Call it manifest destiny. Killing 19 out of 20. So this is Christianity. Andrew Jackson's rotten plan was put in action quickly. Confiscate the land for cotton plantations. Force the Cherokee Nation thousands of miles. Death march west of the Mississippi. On the Trail of Tears, and also of more than 8,000 deceased. Foreign disease, war, and whiskey. Call it manifest destiny. Killing 19 out of 20. So this is Christianity. California had a flood of gold miners running amok, pouring blood into the sea. Children were hunted down and bound for slavery, while the adults were hunted down and strung up from the trees. Klamath ran red, Humboldt Bay was a scene of mass murder. Well, the Weot tribe was asleep, with the young men far away, gathering supplies for the world renewal ceremony. Butchers with axes and knives were roaming quietly ashore the island to do their thing. Prominent perpetrators. A parasite to infest destiny, manifesting every kind of disease. Things would change out on the plains when soldiers came to the Santa Fe. Pasture land deteriorate when forced to name would gate. At times the Navajos were made to feel welcome and free to trade. They started a tradition where on certain days they celebrate a festive time, having horse races, friendly games, and bets were paid. But then one day, tension buried underneath the surface breaks. Seeing that the stakes were raised, the soldier cuts the native race. Of course the judges were all soldiers, so of course the scandal pays. Judges grabbed the prize money in form of victory parade. Although they had cheated blatantly, this just seemed to be their way. Anger at the slow betrayal built with a growing frustration, demanding the race be reran. The gates were slammed in their faces and the soldiers began shooting. That moment everything changes. Then as men, women, and children turned to run, their lives were taken. Then more greedy miners came, each one a treaty violation, and assigned in little time come another armed invasion. The Apache ultimatum with the face annihilation, or go to the concentration camp they called the reservation. The soil so barren, the water so black, no vegetation. Nothing grows at Buster Dundo, just wall sickness, starvation, sick from the forced relocation, sick from eating rancid bacon. Soldiers prodding them with bayonets, sick of incarceration. From the smallpox and the blankets to the forced sterilization, food supply eradication, a Christian re-education for any survivors of this ethnic-based extermination. White lies fabrication of a white supremacist legislation, and fitting in the which they built this bloody nation. One direct effect these leech like settlers had was massive heaps of bison bones. The flesh was left to fester in the summer heat. Sense of death was destiny. Manifested guns for greed. No hides to keep them warm. They freeze or starve. No food to eat. Little Crow was more for peace. He is convinced. He agrees they had no choice. The treaty breeds. Why should they have to die to keep their word? They learned their words are cheap before sunrise. August 18th, they took the fort by force. They bleed to take the provisions they needed. They speak of peace, the chiefs do obey the treaty. We're told so many times that it wouldn't be another list of lies, but talk was cheap down at Fort Wise. The year was 1864, that false Sand Creek was running dry. The peaceful camp would be damned with blood after the guns arrived. 700 Christian men with sharpened bayonets at night. The sound of 1,000 hoofs pounding the ground was heard around sunrise as the Colorado sky was getting light. Cold surprise that cold November 29th. The cold indifference of the soldiers' eyes for gold. Unspeakable measures unfold. Behold, the land hides the old, the young, and infants cry but silent. They say never been life, they soldiers scalped the business by which nothing didn't have a price. Sold their life, this was no fight, just another mindless genocide. In all his 75 long years, Chief White Antelope had tried to live in peace. Now he was shot, sang the death song, lay down and died. Nothing lived long, only the mountains and ocean, nothing was wrong.